Here we go. What is going on, Cover One crew? Welcome back to the show. What is it? What is today? It is game day, baby. We got the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Tennessee Titans and the first contest for the fantasy football finals. Get your popcorn ready. Get your socks on because it's going to be a good show. Not necessarily in this game for the Titans because they got injuries galore in this contest. But what are we talking about today? We got Ceedee Lamb. Is he going to be a league winner for y'all? All y'all that have him. I know there's going to be a bunch of y'all that have Ceedee Lamb as your wide receiver 1 or 2. If you got him as your wide receiver 2, you're just smiling ear to ear. But Ceedee Lamb has been on a treacherous pace. It's been unbelievable what he's been able to do. Even with Dak Prescott throwing the interceptions, it's been great for Ceedee Lamb. I also got start sit for you for both these clubs to get you ready for the fantasy football finals. But before we get started, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Helps us grow this channel that much more. But hey, let's go, man. What are we talking? Start sit for Thursday night football. So hitting up the player spotlight with a little Ceedee Lamb, because he's just that good. I've been always a big supporter of the man's work. Back in OU, I just gushed over his tape when I scouted that back in the day. He's been in the league now, 3 years? And he's had career highs. Look at these numbers. Career highs across the board with the exception of yards per catch. And that's off by a 0.3, 0.4 from that being a career high as well. 15 games this season, 135 targets. Absolutely been killer. 91 receptions, 1207 in yards, 13.3 on the per catch. 67.4 on catch percentage, and a nice 8 touchdown receptions for Ceedee this year. Like I said, he's been an absolute dynamo, been killing it all over the field, especially these last 5 games. It's kind of where I'm going with this because, they did have issues when Dak Prescott went down. You had Cooper Rush. Yes, he filled in admirably in Dak Prescott's absence. Dak right now is throwing interceptions and turnovers. Not, great for this offense, but the one constant that continues to be is Mr. Ceedee Lamb. He currently is the wide receiver 6 in all of half PPR scoring right now. In these last 5 games, he has actually been the wide receiver 4. Check out these numbers, man. 83.6 points, 16.7 points per game coming from Ceedee Lamb, the wide receiver 1. You got to love that. 33 receptions, almost 500 yards, 456 and 3 touchdowns. Those touchdowns could have been a little bit higher, you would want to say, in the past 5 games, but 3 out of 5 is no slouch for this man. Average share of the air yard targets that come to this man, 36.72%. So he has got the lion's share of the workload in the pass game in this offense, which is surprising in the fact that they do got Michael Gallup. They do got Dalton Schultz. They have weapons. Noah Brown has stepped up at time to time. They just signed a T.Y. Hilton, so everyone's thinking that might take some of the target share back from a Ceedee Lamb, but I don't think so, man. Ranked 9th in the NFL right now between wide receivers and tight ends at 36.7%. That's a boatload of targets coming his way. Obviously, it translates on the stat line. 135 total targets. Cowboys passing offense still very good, man. 222.9 passing yards per game, 7.3 per average pass, 25 TDs to 15 interceptions for these Dallas Cowboys with Dak Prescott and Cooper Rush. So, some of these stats you could say that they're a little bit underwhelming because Cooper Rush did play for a lot of time when Dak Prescott was dealing with his injury. But Ceedee Lamb has been the constant, and he will be again in this contest with a massive matchup versus the Tennessee Titans defense that is struggling to keep players healthy. And as for these Dallas Cowboys, we'll talk a little start sit. Low risk play for Mr. Dak Prescott. And yes, okay, fine. They played better versus those Philadelphia Eagles as the game wore on, but Dak is kind of one of these guys. He's showing his true colors at this point to me as well. I've seen a lot of analysts discuss Dak Prescott not being, the elite quarterback that we expect. And I don't hate on a Dak Prescott, but I think Dak Prescott really does need and require a very good run game to get things going. He does make a lot of crucial errors in the worst times, and that's what you kind of want to see him get out of his game. However, the injuries to the leg, to his, I believe, what was his thumb or whatever it was that he broke, these are the kind of things that mess with a dude's confidence. And maybe that's part of it as well. He's not taking off and running anymore based on that leg injury that he did have. So it's kind of inhibited his game to be instinctual. That's kind of where I see Dak, kind of going. So he's got to learn a little bit more to play, in the game, read the field. Don't turn the ball over when you need it. But Dak Prescott this week, he still is a low-risk play because of the fact of how good this matchup is versus the Tennessee Titans, who don't have many players left on the the defensive end. No kidding about that. Zeke Elliott gets a low-risk play for me, and the reason is Tony Pollard is dealing with an injury. He's got a questionable tag right now. I got an injury risk on the man right now, but we got to see pregame if he's going to suit up in this contest. However, there is a caveat on that. It's going to be a problem because what if they say they don't necessarily require a Tony Pollard to beat the Tennessee Titans in this contest? Like I said, with the mountain of injuries that they do have, the Titans have, they could ride Zeke in this game with a lion's share of the volume, giving Tony Pollard kind of the night off, especially on a short week, playing on Thursday Night Football. So this is going to hamper a lot of fantasy managers. It's a risk, no kidding about that, to play Tony Pollard. If he's suiting up, you got to fire him up because you cannot waste this type of matchup, especially in the fantasy football finals. If they are both healthy and ready to go, you're firing up both Zeke and Tony Pollard in this game because they're going to see a lot of work, no kidding. Ceedee Lamb, like I said, stud start, baby. You're firing him up anyway, but expect another very good show. 15 to 20 should be the floor for this man. He could finish as the wide receiver, top 5 wide receiver again in this contest, if not top 2. That's how good this matchup is for this man. The Tennessee Titans, with all the bodies healthy, we're not stopping anybody in the pass game this season. Ceedee Lamb is going to just absolutely feast on this defense. Michael Gallup, he gets a high risk, and I want to bump him up, but I just can't do it. And maybe they do pass Gallup's way just a little bit more. Yes, they got T.Y. Hilton now. He caught one big deep ball the other game versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Michael Gallup has just been the afterthought. Why'd you pay this man if you weren't going to utilize him? That's kind of one of the situations that can continue to, give me the conundrum of why did you pay the man if you're not planning to use him? Michael Gallup is a very talented human being, very talented individual. He has a high risk, but there is very good potential that he could score a touchdown. But it is very much boom or bust in this game. No kidding. You cannot trust Michael Gallup, even if he is on your bench and you want to play him. You got to have some big balls to be playing Michael Gallup in this contest. Dalton Schultz, on the other hand, he's kind of fallen off the target share the past several weeks, and maybe we see the Cowboys just try to run the ball, milk the clock, go home, go for week 18 in a big contest that's, got home field ramifications with the Philadelphia Eagles, etc. Dalton Schultz, you would like to think that he's going to get more involved in this contest, but we could see there's only 2 ways this is going to go. Very much heavy run and clock control for the Cowboys as this game goes on, and there's not going to be many passes to go around. Very light day for a Dak Prescott, or it's going to be, hit him hard early, get up like 21 in the first quarter, and then, kind of run the ball after that. So you're hoping that Dalton Schultz finds his way into the end zone for you this week. Still got him as a mid-level risk. He almost has 90 points on the season, half PPR. Hopefully it's more than the 4 targets he's been getting the past several weeks, but I'm firing up a Dalton Schultz, a Ceedee Lamb, Tony Pollard, Zeke Elliott, and a Dak Prescott in this contest, as you all should as well. Going to the bad news Browns here. Obviously the Browns are not the Titans. The Titans, it does not look good, man. Malik Willis, no more Ryan Tannehill. He's done for the year. Malik Willis is going to be the high-risk level play. 22 points on the season since taking over for a Ryan Tannehill. I still like Malik Willis. I do believe that there is potential in his game. He's got a cannon of an arm, and he's not trusting his legs enough. He's got to run the ball. He's a very good running quarterback, and he should utilize that in this contest. However, the Dallas Cowboys defense against the run is top 3 in fantasy football, so do not expect a lot in the form of a run game. Why is that? Because King Henry, Derrick Henry, is not playing. He is listed as a doubtful in this game, likely not going to suit up. So they're going to have to roll with Hassan Haskins and Julius Chestnut. Yes, I said it, for the fantasy football playoffs and the finals. You're going with Hassan Haskins and Julius Chestnut. This is not good. No bueno for all these running backs and the potential for them to score points. It is not a good scene in Tennessee. This could get ugly very fast. You got to hope that they can find something. Hassan Haskins, though, I will give him some props because he is a good running back. He's not a bad running back whatsoever. But this is a big, heavy workload that you're going to put on the man to give him heavy volume. I'm still giving Hassan a mid-level risk only due to volume potential. That's why. If he can actually run the ball decently well, they can actually, put some drives together. Maybe Malik can throw the ball deep to a Treylon Burks because we know Diggs likes to pinch, and he's going to try to pinch up on these wide receivers as much as he can to gain the turnover potential. That's the only way that this is happening. You got to have at least 4 yards per carry from Hassan Haskins and hope the play action pass works. Maybe Malik Willis does utilize his legs, but high risk for Malik Willis, mid-level risk for Hassan Haskins because volume upside should be there. You're still not playing Hassan. That's just way too risky, even though there is potential. He could maybe, dive into the end zone at some point, maybe in garbage time. It's just way too volatile for you to trust in this game. Chestnut will be likely to spell back with PPR upside in this game. Treylon Burks, high-level risk. You're not touching that. Robert Woods, Bobby Trees, high-level risk. He's done nothing for you all year. Westbrook Akeen, you can't start that either. That's a high-level risk. I'm sorry, Tennessee Titan fans. I really tried, but this is fantasy football. We need points, baby. And the Titans are not giving us points. The only other mid-level risk I got on this offense right now is Okonkwo, and I got his name right again, man. That's 2 for 2. 2 weeks in a row. I'm not messing up this man's name. Okonkwo. Okay, mid-level risk with the potential of garbage time touchdown. He's got athletic ability. If maybe they can find him in the open field, maybe Okonkwo can outrun somebody on the back end of Dallas' secondary that has, given up big plays and been gashed in the past already. Maybe that transpires, but again, that's such a boom or bust play for most of these players on this offense. The only positive is potential garbage time productivity from Tennessee's offense. That's it. I don't expect this offense really to do much. Even though it is in Tennessee, it is at home. This is going to not be a very good day for the Titans as we see it right now. Too many injuries, too many things to overcome, and the Cowboys desperately require this game to keep with the Philadelphia Eagles, so it's going to be a very difficult showing. I do not like any of the Tennessee Titans basically to start this week for the fantasy football finals. King Henry definitely killed y'all in that respect. As for the game prediction here on Thursday Night Football, Cowboys are favored by a whopping 12 points. Hard not to take this one because of the fact of the injuries. I'm saying it again. It's like the 5th time I said it. I've never seen a team get so dismantled with so many injuries this late when you're fighting for playoffs. It's just insane how bad the Titans medical room is right now. Just loaded full up. And I got to say, with Dallas minus 12 coming off the victory versus the Eagles, they showed out pretty well. The offense moved very well, especially the week prior, losing to the Jaguars the way they did in supreme ugly fashion with Dak Prescott throwing interceptions. This is a game where it's a tune-up for Dak Prescott and these Dallas Cowboys. They want to show that they are legit and they are to be feared entering the NFL postseason. So I'm going with the Dallas Cowboys winning this contest 30-7. In a blowout. Potentially we'll see garbage time. That's the only thing I'm thinking. Maybe we see Malik Willis drive the field, in the first quarter just a little bit with the first initial game script. Outside of that, Dallas should be able to adjust, quite early and make this a no contest rather early as well. But nevertheless, that is your Thursday Night Football contest that has fantasy football implications. Get ready, man. My pants are getting wet already. I got to change them because I'm so excited. It's the fantasy football finals, baby. So there you have it. That is the Dallas Cowboys and the Tennessee Titans here on Thursday Night Football. Week 17, fantasy football finals. This is it. This is what we play fantasy for. It's for all the marbles. Get that trophy. Get that money in those big money leagues. I love it. I'm in finals as well, so we're going to be grinding. I'm playing Ceedee Lamb, so I'm actually biting my nails because this one could be a damage to my team, and I'm going to have to be making up points early already because of Thursday night and what Ceedee Lamb could potentially do to me. But nevertheless, as always, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, jump in those comments, give me your thoughts. What do you think the score is going to be in this contest? You think Dallas run away with it? You think it's going to be close? Give me your comments. Anything you want to talk about, start, sit, lineup advice, throw them in the comments. I'll definitely get back to y'all, but we'll see you next time. I am out.